Now we are going to see a new chapter. Today in today's class we are going to see a very interesting a new chapter, measurement. First we must know what is measurement. So if you want to measure anything, you need some measurement. If you want to measure any kind of object or any kind of a thing, you need some measurements. So while we talk about measurement, we must talk about length, mass, weight and capacity. These are the units of measurements. So first we are going to see measurement of length. I'll repeat once again, in today's class we are going to see measurement. It's a very interesting chapter, and also we are apply in our day-to-day life. First we must know what is a measurement. If you want to measure any kind of an object or thing, we need some measurements. So while you talk about measurement, definitely we have to talk about length, mass, weight or capacity. So these are the unit of measurement. Measurement of length, measurement of mass and weight, measurement of capacity. So first we are going to talk about measurement of length. So measurement of length means, first what are the units of measurement of length? First we must know. That means millimeter, centimeter, meter, then what? Kilometer. So these are the very important units of what? Measurement of length. The first one is millimeter, next one is centimeter, third one is meter, and fourth one is a kilometer. So millimeter, if you want to measure any small object, a small thing, we have to use millimeter. So next is centimeter. So little smaller, that means a little bigger. So the smallest unit is millimeter. If you want to go for a small length, so if you want to measure any small length, means for example, for first I am telling you the smallest unit is meter. Millimeter is the smallest unit. For example, if you take a tip of a pencil, a tip of a crayon, you have to measure in millimeter only. We have to write the unit in millimeter only. The very smallest unit is millimeter. So especially if you want to give an example, means I tell you the tip of the pencil, otherwise we can call it as a tip of the crayons. You can take anything. If you want to measure the tip of the pencil and tip of the crayons, we have to use the unit of meter. The next one is, what is this? That is centimeter. Centimeter, the small length. You take a scale, you want to draw a 5 centimeter of a line segment. For example, if you draw a 5 centimeter, take a ruler or take a scale and you have to draw a line segment for 5 centimeter. So it's a small length, we are using a scale. So scale is an example of centimeter, because it's a parts of centimeter. So 30 parts for one scale. 30 centimeters are given from start 0 to 30 centimeter. So scale is an example. And one more thing, you take a pencil or crayons, it is also, you take a not tip of the pencil and tip of the crayons. I am telling the exact marker or pencil. Even you can take a scale. It is all the small length. So small length always measure in centimeter. Next. So bigger length, that means bigger length. For example, the board, the length of the board, the white board, length of the black board, length of the gate, length of the wall. So these are the things you have to measure in meter. So what is this? Bigger length. Okay, smallest unit and very smallest things if you want to measure, the unit is millimeter. Next one is small length, we have to measure in centimeter. So bigger length, that means meter. I give a lot of examples. A length of the board, that means it's a length of the board means L into B. That means what is this? Length and breadth. So this is the different length and this is the different length. This is called as length and this is called as a breadth. So that is what. So it is a different length. It is in meter. Next. For example, length of the gate, length of the wall, length of the door, it all comes under meter. Next one is longer length, like distance. For example, from Trichy to Coimbatore, or Chennai to Coimbatore, or Trichy to Tanjore, or wherever, Trichy to Madurai. So whatever the places you have, Trichy to Bangalore, all these things. So all the places are long distance, like a distance, traveling one place to another place. That is a very long distance. That is measured in, that unit is measured, that unit is called as kilometer. We have to measure the long distance, we have to use only in kilometer. So I'll repeat once again. So now we are going to see measurement of length. The smallest unit means millimeter. The small length, to measure a small length, we have to use centimeter. To measure a bigger length, we have to use meter. We have to measure a longer length, like a distance, we have to use kilometer. This is the longer distance unit. Then after millimeter, the short form of millimeter is m.m, that is called as millimeter. And centimeter, the short form of centimeter is c.m. And meters, we denote m. And kilometer, we have to denote km, that is what. So example, I tell you, pencil tip, that is 2 millimeter. And pencils or crayons 5 centimeter. And what is this? Meter is a standard unit. So example, length of a what? Length of the wall is equal to 40 meter. An example for this, that is a longer length like distance. For millimeter, I am giving an example of pencil strip, that is 2 millimeter. Centimeter, examples pencils or crayon, that is 5 centimeter. Meter is a standard unit. It's denoted in m. Example, length of the wall is equal to 40 meter. And kilometer, that is example, Trichy to Coimbatore, is around 250 kilometer. This is the examples. So formula, you must memorize these formulas are very important. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. And 100 centimeter is equal to 1 meter. And 1000 meter is equal to 1 kilometer. So meter to centimeter. Meter is a what? Bigger unit, and centimeter is a smaller. So if you convert bigger unit to smaller unit, that means you have to divide. For example, 5 meter, sorry. Meter to centimeter is a bigger unit. Bigger unit. And this is what? Centimeter. Centimeter is a what? Smaller unit. Smaller unit. That means, so what you're going to do, the 5 meter, it convert into 500 centimeter. That means not divide, you have to multiply. 5 meter is equal to 500 centimeter. Means what you're going to do, 1 meter is equal to what? 100 centimeter. That means 5 meter is equal to 5 into 100. You can get what? 500 centimeter. So convert bigger unit to smaller unit means you have to multiply. You have to multiply. This is very important. Bigger unit to smaller unit means multiply. And smaller unit to bigger unit means division. So for example, the same thing. So 500, that is 500 centimeters converted to meter means 500 centimeters converted to meter means this is 5 meter. How could you get this? 500 divided by 100. You can get what? 5 meter. So smaller unit to bigger unit. Small to big, you have to divide. Okay. Big to small, you have to multiply. I'll repeat once again. Bigger unit to smaller unit, multiply. Smaller unit to bigger unit, division. So don't forget this rule. And this is also one of the formula. 1 kilometer means 1000 meter, and 1 by 4 kilometer, that is quarter kilometer, means 250 meter, and half a kilometer, that is 500 meter. 3 by 4 kilometer, that is 750 meter. So you have to memorize these value. If you memorize this value only, you have to apply in the sums. While you converting meter to kilometer or kilometer to meter or meter to centimeter, whatever the questions they asked you, you have to use this what? Use this formula. So don't forget to learn the formula and memorize all these formulas. It's very essential.